Welcome to the Yessy's Designs Knitting Podcast, episode 34. If this is the first time that you're here, my name is Yessy. I am the maker and the designer behind Yessy's Designs, and I'm gonna leave on the description below everywhere where you can find me: Instagram, Ravelry, Etsy, my website as well. I'm so happy that you're here. And in this channel, I share with you all the knitting that has happened since I recorded last, and maybe some things that we have been doing as a family that I think you would enjoy. So in this episode, I'm gonna talk about a pattern release. This is a pattern that was released a few days ago, and I'm just sitting down to record about it. It's a pattern that I am so happy with, and I'm so glad that so many of you are liking it as well. And the last part of the podcast is gonna be about a trip that we took as a family to Montreal during spring break. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. You are more than welcome to bring your knitting, your crochet, if you are working on any other hobbies, if you're working on your own creative business, if maybe you're cleaning, cooking. I hope that you find that I'm keeping you a little bit of a company as you go out and about. So let's start with the pattern that was just released. This is called the Snowfall Baby Blanket. I have talked about this pattern in previous episodes, but now I'm going to show you here the final piece. So some details about this pattern. This pattern is just knit and purls. That's all it is. It's just knit and purls. I designed it probably, I should write these things down. I have a journal where I write a lot of the pieces that I knit, but I'm not that consistent. I believe I designed this pattern on December 2025. So this winter that we just had was the worst winter for me. This is the only winter, let's say the first winter, hopefully it's the last, that has hit me so hard. It was very cold, very, very cold. So many snowstorms, a lot of days we were just at home. There were warnings, we couldn't go out. There was so much snow that we couldn't get the car out of the driveway, and it would take hours and hours just to shovel everything. So a lot of the days this winter we were at home. So I was yearning for something that felt easy, something that felt hopeful. And looking at my pattern releases since I started knitting, I saw that the only baby blanket that I designed was, I think, at the beginning of COVID. And as I was looking at all of the patterns that I have released on Ravelry, I just wanted to make a baby blanket. That was the piece that I really wanted to work on. I knew I wanted knit and purls because it was so overwhelming this winter, so overwhelming. And I wanted something that also felt engaging, that felt easy, something that would appeal to a beginner knitter, to an experienced knitter, something that you would just sit down, enjoy the process, and think of that baby that is gonna enjoy this blanket. If you're gonna give or make this blanket for a friend, for a family member, for your own baby, I was looking for that feeling of feeling hopeful and joyful during a time that was beautiful. When it was snowing, I thought it was very beautiful, but all of the days that we were just indoors because there was no other choice, we just couldn't leave, or that it was so cold that you didn't want to go anywhere, I was looking for a piece that felt happy. So this is how the Snowfall Baby Blanket came about. So as I mentioned, it's just knits and purls. It has a design in here that is just knit squares and purl squares, and then it has a diamond. Let me see, I'm showing you the wrong side, which is beautiful to me, for me as well. And it has a diamond design on the side. So you put all of these designs together, and this is where you come about. And then it has a little bit of an edging on the top that just comes with the way the pattern is knit. So I really, really hope that you enjoy working on this piece. This pattern comes with instructions that are in a chart and also written instructions. This is one of those projects that even though it's so, I'm gonna say easy for an advanced beginner, it's something that it always makes you look forward to the next row, because you're gonna see how the two patterns, when they are together, how they start taking their shape. So I found myself not being able to put it down for a while. So I made a total of 2 blankets. When I finished this one, which is in Aran weight yarn, I love the size of it. I really did. But the issue that I had with it is that with the yarn that I was using, it was a big ball of yarn. I finished with that big ball, and then it was just a little bit of the second ball. So if this is something that you have in your stash, like I did, I had 2 balls of the same color. I had no issues. I tried to see, okay, I didn't want it shorter. I didn't want it less wide. I loved it the way it was. But I knew that when it was time to put it out there, I didn't want anybody to feel that, we got a second ball of yarn in case you use the suggested yarn that I put in the pattern, and then be left with most of the yarn right there from the second ball. So I put it still over there, because if you have enough of this yarn or any yarn that is Aran weight in your stash, maybe you have no issues with it. Now, this is also one of those patterns that, you can make a section in one color, in another color, perfect as a scrappy project. You can make it however you want. If you want to mix just 2 colors, the bottom, first half in one color, the top half in another color, you can do anything you want with it. You wouldn't be required to buy a second ball of yarn. But just in case, I use also a worsted weight yarn. So there are 2 sizes available in this pattern. Obviously, the worsted weight yarn is a little bit smaller, but it's equally beautiful, perfect for a newborn and for a baby when it's just the first few months. It's really pretty. It's really engaging. So I really hope that you like it. I see, since the release of this pattern, I see that on a regular basis, knitters are getting it. So I look forward to see these blankets, in case the knitter uses social media, to see the tag, if they decide to use the tag. And I would love to see how you make your own Snowfall Baby Blanket. So this is it. It's a pattern that is super easy, super beautiful. I have enough yarn to make, like right now in my stash, maybe a couple more. One in the same yellow that I put in the pattern, and the other one, let me show you. So this is Pound of Love. This is the one that I use for the worsted weight version. I have enough to make another one, and you're gonna have some left over from this when you make yours. And I will be using this yarn to make baby beanies. So this is one, and I have in my stash partial balls from this yarn. This is also Pound of Love from, or no, it's not Pound of Love, it's Ice Cream Scoop, I think is the name of it. So I have a couple of these. One is complete and the other one is, I haven't measured them. So I think I might have enough, let me see, to make 2 probably. I'll see. But I'm curious to see how this pattern will look in a self-stripe yarn. So I have that in there to see, or to have this pattern on my needles again. So that's all the details, everything I wanted to share with you from this baby blanket. I love it. I hope that you love it. After I designed this, because I enjoy it so much, I was thinking of designing another baby blanket, but I think I have to get over the how do I call that? I don't want to call it obsession, or is it the fever of making this one? I don't know. I think I haven't had enough of making this one. I want to make a few more before I sit down and design probably something else. I have mentioned this also at some point on my episodes before, but when I release a pattern, I don't quickly jump into the next one. I love making and making and making the same pattern until I am okay, I have had enough. It's time to move on to a new piece. And I am not feeling that yet with this baby blanket. So again, I really, really hope that you enjoy that as you look with anticipation to that mother that is going to be receiving this handmade piece by you. I really hope that you have that sense of hope and joy and happiness. Also, during spring break, we took a trip, a family trip to Montreal. We have been, my husband and I, before in Montreal, maybe a couple of times by ourselves, celebrating an anniversary. We went with family another time. But our kids have never been in Montreal. They have been in other parts of Canada, but not in Montreal. So we took a trip. We knew it was going to be short. We didn't travel for the whole spring break because life happens, because things were busy. But we took, instead of driving, we decided to do something different, something to add to this trip. So we took the train from New York all the way to Montreal. So it was 11 hours. We knew that in advance, 11 hours on the train. We were going to spend a couple of days in Montreal, and then the fourth day we came back on the train as well. So when it was time to decide, okay, what am I going to be bringing to this trip? Knowing that it was just 4 days, but knowing that we were going to be on the train for 11 hours in 2 different days, I had a book that I wanted to finish reading, which I didn't finish reading, but I brought a book, and I brought a secret project. I'm so bummed that I cannot show you the project yet, but I am hoping that in the next episode I'm able to show that to you. So I brought this secret project that I am working on. And I knew that probably I wasn't going to finish it, but I did knit a lot just on the train. I didn't knit. Oh no, wait! I did knit a little bit in Montreal in the old city, just a little bit. When we had 2 different opportunities to do so, we were resting and taking a break and things like that. So I took my project out. But on the train, at some point, I thought I might be done, but I wasn't done. So that's all I brought for the trip, just that secret project and my book. None of those 2 things were finished, but we had such a lovely time on the way there. Now, the train takes you through scenic routes, which was amazing, especially when we were passing Vermont. It was absolutely breathtaking. We all sat by the windows and we loved everything that we saw. The train was very, very relaxing. No, I mean, my kids are older. They are 16 and 12. They enjoy their time there. Each of them brought things to do, things to read, drawing. What else did they bring? Well, we had some reading to catch up, everybody. So they were reading. My daughter was drawing at some point. And I think that's all they did. And obviously, we spent time as a family talking and all of that. But we loved the trip going there. Like, I would do it again at all. Like, I don't think, even though from here to Montreal is about 5 hours, I think I would take the train again. So we arrived late in the night, raining, cold, and I was trying to get away from the cold from here, but we went to Canada. So it was raining, it was cold, but the hotel was right there. So the hotel was beautiful. We loved the hotel. The following day, we just walked to the old city and we spent the whole day in there. We arrived late night at the hotel. The next morning, everybody was tired. So as my husband and son were enjoying the amenities of the hotel for a while, my daughter and I went to a yarn store. Are you surprised? I am not. So when my husband and son say, hey, we are so tired, we want to stay enjoying the pool and the sauna and all of these things, my daughter didn't want to do that. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to push it. Let's go to this yarn store. So we took a taxi and we went to Espace Tricot. I know that I'm not saying the name right, but you know which one I'm talking about. So I went and I knew what I wanted. So when we arrived in there, which is their new location, beautiful location in a beautiful part of Quebec, I knew exactly what I was looking for. My daughter, she got some little yarn to make a new amigurumi piece that is going to remind her of this trip. So that was her souvenir that she wanted. And I'm going to show you, I got three skeins of yarn. There is one that I'm not going to show you because I'm using it to make another sample of that secret project. But I'm going to show you the other two yarns that I am going to be using also for that secret project. So you see, I designed something and then I make a few more. So I got the yarn that I wanted to make 3 more samples, and then possibly I am going to be moving on to the next design. So I got these yarns by the same company, which is Bar à Tricot Yarn Bar. I purchased these, let me see. I purchased these 2 yarns from the same company. So I have to check on the website which colorway belongs to what, because I didn't put them back in the cake. So one is called Dragon Fruit Lemonade, and the other one is called Snowy River. I'm thinking this might be Snowy River. Let me show you like this. Look at this beautiful color. It looks so pretty in the skein. And when I saw it, I knew I wanted that one. I went knowing what weight yarn I wanted, and I also knew that I wanted 2 solid colors and 1 with speckles probably. So I chose this one for the 3rd sample of that new project. And this other one, it was just such a striking color that I also had to bring it with me. So you're going to be seeing, possibly you're going to get tired of seeing that secret project at some point. But now that I am mentioning that, I haven't been that good as to recording the steps, probably like a lot of, like I haven't created too much content about, okay, now I'm working on it here, there, not too much of that because, I don't know. I might know. I think, and this is my own theory, because again, this is the first time in the over 20 years that we have been here that I feel like this. Not even in Canada, I felt like this when I lived there with my husband. And now that it's getting a little warmer, now that the days are longer, that we are enjoying a lot of sunny days, I have been going outside a lot. I have been doing things with friends, with family. I mentioned in a post on Threads, I believe, and I don't remember if I mentioned that on Instagram, maybe on a story, that I am dealing with some issues, nothing awful, but things where my body was asking me to do more things. So I am spending a lot of mornings, not that much either because I cannot exercise for long periods of time, but I'm going to the gym in the mornings, not all of them, just a few, maybe 3-4 times a week. When the day is nice and it's beautiful and it's warm, we go to places in our town and we go for walks, things like that. Anything that we can do either as a family or with friends, I am taking full advantage of that. So the time to sit down and create content hasn't happened a lot, but I know that you're gonna like it. I am absolutely obsessed with this new secret project, and I will tell you more when the time is right, when I am able to talk about it. But in the meantime, I am so looking forward to work with these 2 yarns and looking forward to have them on my needles. Now, the yarn that I have right now, I forgot to say that, the one that I'm working on right now for the 2nd sample of this pattern is by Julie Asselin, and it's so pretty. It is so beautiful and so delicate. You're gonna love it. I am loving it. And that's all I'm gonna be sharing as for now. That's what I have been doing in the last maybe couple of weeks since I shared the last episode. Now I am getting ready for a market this coming weekend in New York. So I was this morning taking things from my studio. I have been making a few things for the market. We are also having a festival on the same weekend, this coming weekend in the town. So I am also putting together a few pieces that the owner of the local shop where I have my work and company on bank is gonna bring to the festival. It's called Goat Days, Goat, Goat Days. And yes, there are gonna be goats and rabbits, and there are gonna be vendors, food trucks. So I'm happy that some of my pieces are gonna be making it into the festival. So I was putting that together, and now I just have this part to organize. Those are some of my sweaters and garments that I took out of here. They were here on two wood crates, so I have to reorganize them, and I am gonna keep working on that sample. So I'm gonna see you the next time, and before you go, I'm gonna leave here some of our trip to Montreal. I hope that you enjoy it. If you have never been there, it's a lovely place. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I would go again in a heartbeat. So enjoy this. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. What do you enjoy from this episode? If you think one of your friends that need and would be interested in watching this podcast, please share. I would really, really appreciate that to keep this channel growing and this community growing as well with it. So I see you next time. In the meantime, happy making and happy knitting.